7, 8, 9. Mayfair.
The Mayfair, I've got a hotel, there'll be $2,000, and I believe that makes you bankrupt.
It does make me bankrupt. We've been playing this game every Friday for the last year. We've never won once. Not once.
You almost won 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I took money from you when you weren't looking, so it wouldn't have even felt good.
Well, it's just simple investing strategy, really. You've got your houses spread all the way around the board, where diversification can be a good thing in property investment, but at the cost of having just a few properties in a few select areas, which typically have higher rents. And you've just built beside a jail. I'm pretty sure you know not too many families would want to be living there. You're not doing so much better either. You've playing the game based on chance, just trying to get the chance cards. Property investing is not a game of chance. $2,000, please. Which makes you bankrupt.
You alright? Yeah. You gonna do that thing you always do?
No, I'm good.
Well, he's matured.
Yeah.
G'day team, welcome to episode 2 of the Axon Morning Brief. I mean, bloody hell, how good was that first one? I hope you've really enjoyed seeing some of behind the scenes and crazy and funny, informative stuff that we've got some of our team coming our way. And I know that Justin, I saw that you made your little debut on an opening skit last week. Having recently come out of the military, what's it like standing in front of the camera?
Mate, it is daunting, to be honest. But I'm getting used to it and, embracing it as it comes at me. So, yeah, pretty happy.
Mate, I can see you rising up the Axon ranks very quickly. You've been here not even since breakfast and you're here on the opening skit straight away. So that's good. You must have made a real impact last week.
I'm doing pretty well at it. So
now, this is something that you and I are just about to embark on, the episode 2's first skit, Daniel, and I don't even know what we're doing. You don't know what we're doing. It's like something blind. Tell us.
Right, here we go. So first up off the rank is we're going to do a blind ranking with you, gents, okay? So I'm going to give you a list of things that you are going to rank. And now this is what we've got here for you. We've got the ration pack.
Righto.
All right.
Been a while between drinks, eh?
Now,
Yeah, longer than you.
now we've brought you in here. We've brought you in here very specifically because we feel like, Justin, you've probably the most recently enjoyed a ration pack out of the
I've eaten more ration packs than you because I did more years than you, but you've just had one more recently than me.
I just take
My ration packs is at Moo Moo restaurant now.
Yeah, the Moo Moo ration pack. All right, now I'm going to give you a quick look at the current ration pack just to refresh your memory, and then I'm going to take it away.
Yeah.
Quickly get it in your memory
They've
banks.
changed since I've had a ration pack.
Right.
Yes.
Here we go. Now, I'm going to give you the items on that list in a random order, and you've got to rank them remembering that the other items are coming up, okay? So you don't want to burn your top choices straight away. Now, this is what you would eat if you could only have one. So number one being your most desired item, okay? So let's start off. If you saw on that list, we got the instant mashed potatoes. Where are we going to put that?
I would say 3.
Oh, that's high.
It is high. 7 for me.
Oh, let's. You were deciding together. Where is it going to go?
Oh, together.
Yes,
Well,
we got one ranking. This is the official
Right.
Axon
He
ranking.
said 3, I said 7. That means it's 5.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meet in the middle. At Moo Moo's, it's called duck fat
All right,
potatoes.
next one. The natural muesli.
Oh, it's good for brekkie. I would say 4.
I'll go you 4.
Yep. It is
It is
good.
good for brekkie.
Gets
You
you
don't
going
have
in the
much
morning.
time for brekkie. Just smash it down straight away. Natural muesli bar with a brew. Instant coffee.
Not a
Shit.
muesli bar, mate. It comes in a packet. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Okay, next up, the biscuit jam sandwich.
One of the favourites. It's one thing you do not
Yep.
trade. It's not on the table for trade.
They also
at
called
all.
something else, Robbie, but we don't want to say
That's
that.
right. You still like them? You still like them?
2.
Yeah.
Oh, high. All right, go
Yep.
for it. You only got one spot above it now.
What do you reckon, RT? 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strawberry biscuits, yep.
Okay. Spaghetti bowl.
cold or is it heated up? That's the question.
Depends how much time you got.
Yeah. There's so many
Whether you're in
variables
the-
in this.
If you're laying an ambush, it ain't fucking getting warm, put it that way. I reckon it's a staple as far as food that you need for the day. I'm going to go number 3.
Yeah, it gives you good energy.
Yeah.
Keeps you going.
Okay, next one. M&M's.
It'd have to be. Depends if you're in date or not, but
I would say I've never eaten chocolate in date whilst in the military.
yeah.
It's
I'd say 6. They are pretty. Yeah.
mate. When I
Ooh.
joined in 1990 and I was having a fucking ration pack at Kapuka for the first time, I swear the chocolate was like from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Not
right.
even joking.
So is one still free? Is it?
Spot 1 is still free.
It's all right. There's heaps of good stuff coming our way. Yeah, M&M's number 6.
Yep.
Favourite.
Okay.
Still eat M&M's now.
Golden pumpkin soup.
Wasn't on the menu when I was in. That's a bit. That's a
Menus
flash
do
one.
vary, mate. Which letter is it?
Let's just go the soup.
Well, it ain't number 1, so I might as well just fill them in.
I'd say an 8, maybe. Like
Alright.
it's not my first go-to. That's for sure.
All right, here's the
Probably can't have that cold either.
Here's the wild card, or at least I've been told it was the Jack Link steak bar.
I did see that there. I went, that's
It's a good
that's
little.
new.
It's a good little snack.
I can't comment. Over to you, Chief.
Yeah, it's a good little snack. It's not number 1. It has to be number 7.
Okay.
Yeah, just go number 7. Yeah.
Steak bar.
The vegetarian.
I've already told you about what my favourite steak bar in.
Oh,
And
no.
they don't have fucking muesli bars there. Put it that way.
Strawberry jam is the next one on this list.
So that can be put on multiple things. So you got your shortbread, you got your bread in the wrap packs. There's a lot of things that you can put it on top of cheese. Did you have strawberry jam back in your day?
Yeah, it was in a little tube.
Yeah.
Just suck it in like the condensed milk.
Oh, yeah.
Just glug it in. Away you go. Well, it's got to be number 9 then, I suppose.
All right.
I wonder what number 1's going to be. Have we backed ourselves into a corner here?
All right. Second last, the cereal bar.
Okay.
At least on the packs that we had, we researched, we
Yeah.
had blueberry and apple cereal bar.
And we're at 1 and 10.
Yeah, I know,
We
right?
haven't filled the extremities.
I just don't know what the last one's
I'm
going
going
to be. so-
to give you a hint on the last one before it comes up. It has been mentioned.
I know what it is.
Has been
From the
mentioned.
bleachers over here. I know.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
looking at it over here.
Yeah, you know what?
Stand
I reckon it's cheese is what he's talking about. And I'm happy to have cheese as
Yeah,
number
because
1.
it does multiple things.
Correct.
Yeah, we know what it does.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so
So,
we're putting-
let's go.
Right.
We're
We've
putting
just-
the cereal bar at number 10.
Thank you,
Yep.
Tammy.
Tamara
You saved us.
from the bleachers.
There's cheese,
Hey,
isn't
cereal, we might put another E in that cereal. Hey,
Yes.
adjudicator.
it? Mate, you're from the UK. You're going to
All
be able to
right.
spell Australian
I reckon the number 1 is the condensed milk.
or cheese.
No.
And we
condensed
have.
If you leave it out long
we
enough,
have the
one
sweetened
becomes the other.
Condensed
Oh,
milk.
mate, I used to suck on that when I was a young digger.
Yes.
I used to suck the hell out
Are
of
we
that
still talking about
condensed
condensed milk?
You
Jesus.
suck the hell out of it, number 1, mate. There we are. Justin, thank you very much for joining us,
No,
mate.
too easy.
We'll see you again soon.
I needed your help then because the steak bar wasn't involved, wasn't it back then. The soup wasn't in. Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy now. I am old. Thanks, fellas. That was awesome. I reckon Justin's going to be really good in front of the camera over the next couple of years. Come in, have a little bit of look. Hey, mate,
mate.
we just did an awesome little activity with Justin.
Did ya?
Yeah, it's up on the screen.
Milk, strawberry biscuits, bag bowl. Okay, bit of food.
No, it's an army ration pack. Like, we're just basically going through ranking, like, what are your favourite bits there?
What's that? Is that like a la carte at the lobby bar?
Raf Intello doesn't know what a ration pack is. And you know what? Who's the idiot?
You joined by choice, mate. It wasn't conscription.
Oh, so good, so good. All right, let's go into the next coach talk stuff. Famous saying you and I talk about all the time. Nobody ever got rich without getting into debt. As you and I know, mate, there's 2 forms of debt.
Yep.
There's good debt, investment debt, provides you a return, great for your financial future. And of course, there's bad debt, aka consumer debt.
Consumer debt, depreciating assets, that sort of stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, at the end of the day, if you've got consumer debt or bad debt in your portfolio and you're trying to grow a property portfolio in your accumulation phase at the same time, it's got to be incredibly difficult. Just give us a bit of an insight as far as the borrowing capacity there, Ryan. Like, what impact does having consumer debt have on someone's ability to borrow the right amount of good debt?
Yeah, I mean, when I sit down with clients and they've got some consumer debt, it's sort of like, I don't know, trying to go down the freeway at 100k an hour and you've got the handbrake on. Ooh. It's really holding people up because let's say you've got a car loan and the car, as we know, goes down in value. But if you're borrowing money to do that, there's potentially $500 a month. Sometimes I've seen up to $1,000 a month of your disposable income, which is the important part. Your disposable income is servicing that bad debt. And when we look at borrowing capacity, the banks will look at your pre-tax income and they start taking or subtracting a whole bunch of things away. And what's left on top is your disposable income. And if that is going towards, or a large portion of that is going towards credit cards, car debt, all that sort of stuff, afterpays, all that sort of nonsense, you're going to have the handbrake on. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess what the key takeaway there is, like we get it. We were young once upon a time.
Oh,
you need a
I've done
car.
it.
You needed mobility. But do you need a really expensive car? Do you need a flash car? Do you need a fucking $70,000 or $80,000 car? No. I'm telling you now, if you are a young person in the Defence Force and you earn less than $100,000 a year, you do not earn enough to be owning a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 car.
No.
And expect to have an investment property at the same time.
Yeah.
So just, I guess, the purpose of this coach talk, have an understanding between the difference between good debt and bad debt, limit the amount of bad debt you've got. Ideally, you should have no debt whatsoever, and then you can launch into buying assets that are going to go up in value and really work towards securing your financial future. Interesting, hey?
Love
That's
it.
Axon's 101.
Absolutely.
Mindset.
Yep.
Get it right. What else you got for us, mate?
So how do you know when you're ready to invest?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. In my experience over the years is that, and I can only speak from guys, but I've seen other guys now do it. They're like 23, 24, 25, living paycheck to paycheck, on the piss, with their mates, creating memories or not, however it sort of
Creating
works.
memory loss. Yep.
And then they get to like that 27, 28,
Yeah.
29, and they're like, I've been in the military for 10 years now, and I've got nothing to show for it. And I've just seen them go through this like emotional and mental transformation to go, maybe I should actually start putting my guaranteed paycheck into something which is working, especially if a couple of their peers have already bought a property or two. And they're like, right now I'm actually behind what my other peers are doing. What have you experienced in this space so far?
Yeah, it's a really, I guess there's some strong data there when the people that we speak to, it is this natural shift as you approach your 30s where people go, okay, I need to start investing. And ideally, we're here to try and get people to think about that earlier on because it gives them that longer runway of compound growth. But yeah, in terms of how do you know if it's the right time? Look, really, if you're already setting goals for yourself and you're already thinking about retirement and what that looks like, that's the perfect time to start your property investing journey or investing journey. Yeah.
I literally coached a client last night. He goes, look, he's got $100,000 in the bank.
Yep.
25, so he's been in the military for 6 or 7 years, Navy officer, very well brought up, great money mindset, great money habits early in life. Have $100,000 saved when you're 25. And when we put his first little greenhouse on the plan, and he knew to be able to get that house, he's had to use the majority of his cash funds straight away. He's tapping him like, you're right there, mate. He goes, I think I can save way more than $4,000 a month. So it's just like having that plan and having that laser-like focus. I'm like, if you want that type of property in that location at that price range, you're going to need to save even more over the next sort of few months. So it's just interesting to see him go through an even more advanced mindset shift, even though he'd done a really good job up to this point.
Yeah, and I think like particularly to that example and a lot of people that I speak to, you don't need to wait until you've got that 100K or whatever it might be to start. You should be starting when you're thinking about it, even if you've got 5K saved. That's when you start to really need to really start planning what does the next couple of years look like to get you to that.
For
that
sure.
milestone.
And whilst clients who we've spoken to over the last couple of months have spoken to others in the industry before they've come to Axon, and as soon as those others in the industry realise that they're not quite ready to go straight away, they don't get back to them, or the service providers turn their back on them. From my point of view, I want to wrap my arms around someone even more if they're not quite ready to go.
I think the term's ghosted.
Yes. If we don't ghost people, but we're certainly not going to do that. But as soon as we can give someone an idea of the gates or the milestones or the markers that they need to be able to hit until they can get going, and provide a little bit of accountability on the way, then certainly it's going to just make it so much easier for them.
Amazing.
Yeah. So when are you ready? Sooner rather than later is the
Now.
answer.
Right, and the last one that we had for you this week was something that came up on the live. It's what is the difference between Axon and a buyer's agent?
Oh, I love that question. It was a young guy called Chris, I think, asked
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah, he came through Instagram, I believe. Yep.
Fantastic. Do you want to open it up?
Sure. Yeah. Right. So a buyer's agent, for those that aren't familiar with that term, is somebody that you use in your network to go and buy a property for you. They will go and search that property, often an already built property, and they operate Australia-wide. But essentially, when you engage a buyer's agent, you'll have already done some prelim work. You'll have gone and got your borrowing capacity done. They will then go and look in a location. You might give them the location, or they might look for you, depending on the agent. They'll go and find the property and acquire it for you on your behalf, and then it's effectively yours from there to move into the finance structures.
How much does that cost for them to be able to do that?
So
Or
generally,
what are their fees?
Industry standard, a buyer's agent will be about 2 to 3% of the acquisition cost.
Right, so it's not a fixed fee.
No.
So it's the percentage of the property's value.
Yep. So if your budget is 600K, that's about 18 grand. If your budget's $1 million, obviously, significantly more.
Yeah, 60 grand.
Yeah.
Or 30 grand. But here's the thing, the so what out of that for me is if it's not fixed price, what if they go find you a $620,000 property? Now you're paying them even more. So it's like a sliding scale there, which is, really sort of an important factor. So that's, do they help people go through the build?
Negative. So that's once they've acquired that property for you, or they've found it for you.
Found it, yeah.
Is probably the better language. Once they've found it for you, most buyer's agents that I'm aware of hands off the wheel at that point.
Yeah.
And you're left to your own devices to get through the finance assessment, structures, settle, and then if you are doing a build, supervise and manage that build on your own.
What about, do they help you do the building inspections at the back end?
Negative.
Do they help you put your insurances in place?
Negative.
Do they get you a depreciation report for the accountant so you can get maximum tax back?
Negative.
Do they introduce you to a property manager so they can find tenants, collect rent, manage maintenance?
Negative.
Fucking hell, you're paying someone 18 grand to just go do some research for you and find a block which might be off market. And some people would find that mega valuable.
Yes.
Got it, no dramas.
Yep.
But you know what? There's that's all the back end stuff that I just asked you about.
Yep.
Do they educate you?
Yeah, this is the other part too is
Let's go upstream.
Yeah, upstream. If we backcast all the way to the start of the journey, do you sit down with a buyer's agent and learn property?
Maybe you can ask me some questions and I'll say negative. Yeah, so they don't educate you. They don't coach you. They don't provide you with a plan. They don't teach you the process. They don't get you to embrace risk management, which is all the bits that you need fundamentally from an advanced education perspective before you go shopping. And obviously we just heard a negative on the back end. So yeah, in broad terms, what does it look like? Let me get my spaghetti arms up in front of you right here. A buyer's agent does this much for you for about 18 grand. We do that much for you. Nearly fucking whacked old mate there for about half that. So it becomes a real no-brainer. But yeah, so there's fundamentally, Daniel, to answer your question, reasons why there's a difference between us and a buyer's agent from a mechanical perspective about what we do, but there's certainly a massive difference when it comes to cost or outlay as well. And that's just how it is. I don't make the rules, but now you know. All right, thanks for that, mate. That was really good.
Always a pleasure.
Let's switch gears. Last week, as you all saw, I got knocked out of I reckon I got stitched up, but I got knocked out of the quiz challenge, which is totally fine. Tamara's the reigning champ. She's got someone else, one of the other team members, that's going to come and join us. And I've heard that this gentleman's topic that he specialises in is just a little bit cray-cray. I can't wait to watch it.
Moving on.
Moving on. Is this thing on?
Welcome back, Tamara.
Challenger.
Our reigning champion.
What am I? Not challenger.
You're the champion. You're the reigning champion.
Champion.
Reigning champion. That's a bad
Ready.
time to say reigning champion when Alfred's coming in.
Okay, so here we are. Quiz battle.
Here we are.
You have your new challenger, James.
Oh, that's a nice look.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Wondering.
That's very good.
I was trying to make you look smart.
You tried.
That's AI. Isn't it? I'm not usually that good looking.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest. The shirt is AI. You were wearing a Hawaiian
It
shirt
is too.
for that one, so I
It
tried
is.
to make you look on brand.
All right, we got a little timer. It looks like a little.
Okay, so James, are you aware of how we play quiz battle on the morning brief?
Not exactly, but
Okay.
I'll work it out.
All right, so we are going to spin the wheel. You each have brought your own specialty question. Okay.
I didn't know I could change my trivia topic.
If you are
late.
successful
So-
this time, we may see
I've got to win
change of topic
again.
next week.
I
Okay.
think you've got the most competitive
So-
two against each other right now as well of the whole business.
Yeah, we realised that after we got you in here and you started tampering with each other's bells before the. Okay, so
Can we get a
you'll
microphone right here? Hang
so
on a minute.
Tamara, you'll ding in,
Oh, see, it works.
and James, you'll make whatever dull thud your.
Let's get my drumsticks out.
All right, beginning with our first question.
Okay,
All right.
what do we got? 90s
Oh,
music.
we're talking about our specialty topics.
Oh, nice. Step Brothers.
James, you've
I
brought
also
the
like this
Step
movie.
Brothers, the film, to your specialty
We just
topic.
become best friends.
Fucking oath.
Okay, first question.
General 90s pop music.
90s pop music.
You're up.
What instrument did the youngest brother in Hanson play?
That was the drums.
Yeah.
That was
This is not
what
fair.
was his
The audience
name?
is
There
one-sided.
I couldn't even tell you the name.
I was like,
I'll tell you, we asked that question in the office yesterday with a few of us, and nobody got that right.
Oh yes.
So well
There
done,
was-
Tamara.
There
Definitely
was Taylor on singing, and then the other one on the older one, Isaac, on the guitar, and then there was.
I hope that's
what
the
is
next question.
Brothers, the younger one's
Because I am ready
name?
to go for that one.
Huh? What was the younger one's brother name?
with the little one. What was it? We were looking at him
His
yesterday.
name.
Couldn't remember his name. Okay,
Anyway,
moving on.
Josh.
It's-
Thanks, Josh.
No bonus points for naming the members of Hanson.
oh damn.
Unless you get it for the next question.
Yeah, it's just all hands.
It's just all Hanson. Yeah, Step
Oh.
Brothers. Dun, dun, dun.
Ready?
Fuck off.
When Dale introduces himself, I'm Dale, but you have to call me Dragon.
I'm Nighthawk.
How does Brennan respond?
You got to call me Nighthawk.
You have to call.
Close enough.
Adjudicator.
Yes.
We're going to let that one play. That's 1 point to James.
I would have said, I'm not calling you shit.
You got to call me Tammy. It's payday, bitch. Yes. Oh, come on, stop. Oh, general knowledge.
Okay.
Which chess piece can only move? Adjudicator.
Tammy.
That's the bishop.
Suck up.
I just watched
We have a
that,
biased audience here and a biased adjudicator, so we say. I have no chance of winning this.
Make
I
friends
just
better,
watched
James.
the Queen's Gambit on the weekend, so
Oh, good.
I studied without knowing.
Okay, so we got 2-1. Going into our fourth question.
Yes. The Brothers it is.
Which song does Derek and his family sing?
Oh, I was.
Who?
It was Tammy. It was Tammy.
Oh, I don't know this.
Tammy, which song does Derek and his family sing on their car ride?
I have no idea. It's something.
Why'd you hit the bell then?
Because I was thinking it was the song at the end. I didn't read it properly.
Come on, time.
Something like, I don't know. No. Fail.
Oh, sweet child of mine. Can we auto tune that, please?
Okay, yes.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Please do.
Okay. Our final question.
Wait, it's 2-2. Just so we know. I'm about to win this. Oh.
Shot.
What a
Shot in the dark.
Are we
now,
having shots?
Now, ring in.
Everybody.
Ring in, but both of you will get a chance to answer this question.
Okay.
Okay. It's very unlikely that you'll know the answer, but whoever is the closest to the correct answer will get the point.
Okay.
Ring in, all the same, to answer first. How many baguettes are eaten each year in France?
Baguette. I would say 1 million.
James, would you like to guess?
1 billion. I'm going to say billion with a
The answer is 10 billion.
That's a lot of fucking baguettes.
That was a definite educated
A
guess.
fun fact, that is about half a baguette per person per day. So
How do they eat so much?
that's a lot.
They're not
And
that
so our
fat.
final scores are 3-2. We have a new champion. Returning next week.
Guess who's not getting paid today, guys?
Was it worth it, James?
100%.
We'll find out in the coming weeks.
If you ain't first, you're last, everybody.
First, you're last. That's the wrong movie.
Hey, mate, let's switch gears for a second.
Yeah,
I
let's
want
do
to
it.
do something we've never done before. Mm-hmm. Well, never done before in here. Mm-hmm. We've been doing our success stories for a long, long time now.
Online, yeah. Yep.
It's funny, like a mate of mine said maybe 5 or 6 years ago, he's like, why don't you show people the properties that you're building for them? Like, why don't you tell a bit of a story, etc. So I saw what he was doing. I'm like, oh, that's a bloody good idea. So yeah, literally 5 or 6 years now we've been doing it for.
Yep.
And I would not consider myself a creative person.
Neither.
Like, I'm not very good at coming up with ideas and like colours and shapes and designs and all the amazing things that we've done here in the studio. And Daniel, kudos to you and your team again. I could not have done, it's not my wheelhouse, but I don't know what it is. When it comes to success story, on a Thursday morning before we send it to a client for their approval, I just fucking get into my zone. I'm like, right, I remember when this person come to us, this is the journey they've been on, and somehow I, start to create a half decent story as far as a success story goes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing those over the years. We're going to now go through a couple.
Yeah.
Let's bring it to
Yeah.
life even more.
Yeah.
First one, a wonderful lady that you coached a little while ago named Sam.
Yeah.
Tell us about Sam.
And before I get into Sam, these success stories are really powerful for our community. I coached a young chap last week, and the first interaction we had on the coaching session, he said, "Mate, I've read every single success story that you've got."
Wow.
Yeah, he was pumped and he couldn't believe it. So
Yeah,
they're
good
a
on
really
you.
powerful story, and that's what we're going to go through a couple
Well, yeah,
here
they're
today. But
real life stories.
Yeah, real life
None of
stories.
this
Yep.
is made up.
Yeah, no. Do we make stuff up? No.
I say again, none of this is made
Who's
up.
making stuff up
So,
out
yeah,
there?
Tell us about Sam.
So Sam is our affectionately known as our favourite Kiwi
Love
inside
that.
of Axon. Sam's an amazing, strong, independent single mum of 2. So she's in her 30s. Sorry, Sam, for publicly saying that. And she served in the New Zealand Defence Force, and then decided to come across the ditch after doing I think it was about 9 years over there.
I actually remember this success story because she came in and she stood in our old
Yes.
studio
Yeah,
and got
yeah.
like a little selfie in the studio
Yeah, in
with
the
us.
old podcast, and had to sit in Damo's chair and pull the piss out of him a bit. It was fun. Sam reached out to us back in about May 23. And she'd been in the Australian Army now for about 5 years, and she'd sold a property previously through a marriage divorce. Yeah. So
I see that as a somewhat common occurrence.
Yeah.
Like every now and then.
Yep.
So,
So,
how have you got 400 grand in the bank? Oh, I've been through a divorce before, and that's the process. We're like, all right, makes sense.
So through those obviously troubling times, there's been a bit of light at the end of it, and Sam, by her own admission, got into that property, really not understanding what was going on, with her ex-husband, and just went along with the ride. She now wanted to get into the Australian property market on her own, and wanted to set herself up and ultimately her kids' future up, and really didn't know where to start on her own. So she reached out to us. Yeah. And so we sat down and we put a plan together over the space of a couple of months, really to understand her circumstances, which we do with every client, and then start to, pinpoint the location, source the property, and we got to a point where we were full steam ahead.
I actually remember this. Something happened though with her.
Yeah. So we were ready to move into, the finance phase, I guess. And she called me up and said, "Ryan, mate, I'm overseas."
The balloon went up.
Yeah. Short notice deployment to an undisclosed location, which you don't see too many of those these days. And she was really upfront and said, "Look, I'm going to be pretty comms black while I'm over there. What does this mean for the property?" And rest assured, and we sat down and planned it out. But ultimately, the Axon team here were able to support her while she was deployed, and her full trust in us allowed us to overcome that potential obstacle of her not being in the country, whilst we move through land registration, land settlement, and then get into the build.
You've just reminded me, mate, and I've said this publicly for many years now, is that I designed this business model. What did I need when I was bouncing in and out of Afghanistan on SOTG trips that were very undisclosed and short notice as well?
Yeah, yep.
So yeah, the fact that you're able to, I mean, did you feel like she had an immediate sense of relief and peace of mind that Axon's going to remain playing captain fullback for her while she's over there doing her thing?
Yeah, and I think when she left her Google review, which is up online, she called us Jesus, which is the first time I think any of us.
I've had people say Jesus to me before, but not in that context.
But she certainly had full trust in us, and ultimately the end result for her was she came back from overseas. The build was underway, and once it was complete, a property that she acquired for about $530K. It kicked off. Construction was March 24. The handover was September 24.
Well, that's a fast build.
Pretty quick build,
Yeah.
which was great. Rented for $550 a week, which was above what we'd anticipated.
So $530,000 property, $550 a week rent.
Yep.
That's awesome for cash flow.
Yeah, and found tenants, I think it was about 4 days after handover.
Beautiful.
So incredible. That's just a testament to the locations that we obviously invest in.
What do you reckon that property's worth now?
When I spoke to her, I think it was end of last year, there was a sister property of ours in that location, and it was $600K plus.
Okay. So
And that was about October 24.
Okay, so now we're doing this in March 25. So that was 6 months ago.
Yep.
It had gone up in value by 80 grand. So even if it's gone up in value by another 20, 30,
Call
so
it,
it's
yeah.
about 100 grand capital growth that she's had.
Yeah, sitting with about 100. I'd say
And
about
which
comfortably.
state was that property in?
So that one was in Southeast Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our, one of our investing locations up in Southeast Queensland, which we know is rich with the 7 ingredients. It's one of those locations that we focus on for all of those good reasons. So yeah, she's a very, very happy chap. And we sat down and had a chat afterwards and started to build a plan for what's the next move for Sam.
Yeah, I still remember that. It was one of the smaller properties, like 200 square metre block of
Yep.
land, 130 square metre
little
house or something.
terrace, yeah, terrace
and
style.
some people would scoff and go, "Oh, I don't want that. That's a little shoebox. I don't want that." But we were working within a budget for her as well, right?
Of course, yep.
So
Yep.
so when we're working within a budget, it doesn't necessarily mean matter how big the block and how big the house is.
Yep.
It's within budget underneath the umbrella of an awesome location.
Yep,
Because a
absolutely.
rising tide does what?
Lifts all boats, I think.
That's the one. Ryan finally got a saying correct. Bloody hell.
Mate,
Yes.
I'm 1 from 4, I think.
And that was unscripted. Well,
And,
all of this is unscripted. So
Everyone
yeah,
keeps reminding me I'm fucking up the sayings.
when you did an end of build coaching session with Sam,
Yeah.
how was she feeling? What did she say to you?
She was absolutely wrapped. She could not believe, particularly with the deployment, but could not believe how smooth the process was, how much we supported her through that journey, and by her own admission, thought that as a single mum, when she started this journey, she wasn't sure if she was going to have another property or not. And she's certainly got a well-performing property now, and that's going to give her options down the track, which is ultimately what we're exploring now.
Well done, mate. Great job with her. I know she's had a fantastic experience. So, yeah, success story number 1. There it is. There's hundreds more to come.
All right, guys, that's it for episode number 2 of the Morning Brief.
Well done, mate. If you love the YouTube stuff, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. And most importantly, if you want to see us do things, reach out to us, let us know. We'll probably say yes to most things. See you in a couple of weeks. That'll be great. Yo!